Then we turn to light our Shabbat candles. You can find the candle blessing. Oh, that is very loud. You can, no, it's me. I fixed it. You can find it on page 3, and then page 2. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
We're both laughing. Do you know why we're laughing? Because the candles are above the hurricane shades. All right. I'm sorry. I started the laughter. I couldn't help it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Kiddush is found on page 4. The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the 7th day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God stopped on the 7th day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the 7th day and declared it holy, because on that day God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu Zikaron lemase v'reshit Ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh Zecher letziad Mitzrayim Ki vanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol hamim V'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
This is where the people at home are lucky because they can have their wine and drink it too.
That is true. That is true. Our opening reading is not found in your prayer book. Prayer invites God to let the divine presence suffuse our spirits, to let God's will prevail in our lives. Prayer cannot bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, and rebuild a weakened will. We turn to page 28 for the Baruch Hu, which is the call to worship. It says to God, we are ready to pray. Please rise in body or in spirit.
Baruch et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed.
Page 31. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. We turn now to the Shema on page 34. The Shema is the watchword of our faith, as if we had a dogma or a creed in Judaism, it would be the Shema. We sing together.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. We continue with the Ve'ahavta, page 36.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavcha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha vedibarta bam Beshivdecha bevetecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot beinenecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
We turn to page 40 for Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha is celebrating our freedom, our liberation, reminding ourselves that the Israelites crossed the Red Sea and took a moment to celebrate. They took a moment to say how great is God for helping us to get across the Red Sea. And we too need to remember to celebrate at times when we have moments of freedom and moments of liberation. And we also need to remember that there are too many who are not free, too many who need these moments of celebration. We sing.
Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar ba'kodesh. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot oseh pele, Nora tehilot oseh pele, Adonai yimloch leolam vaed. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze Elianu ve'amru, Ze Elianu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch leolam vaed. Yai lai 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 lai, Yai lai 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 lai, Yai lai 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 lai, Yai lai 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 lai.
We are going to sing Hashkivenu in just a moment. The version that I think we're going to sing, I'm not sure is in our book, is it? Nope.
It's not in the book, but it's the one that those of you who've been coming for a long time are familiar with.
If you want to see the gist of what we're going to sing, you can look on page 42. Hashkivenu is our evening lullaby. It asks God to help us find a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace. And I always love at this time of year as we sing Hashkivenu because we are moving into the festival of Sukkot. And with Sukkot, we provide for ourselves a temporary shelter. It gives a little bit of a new meaning and added meaning to this beautiful piece.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
On page 44, Vishamru is our evening, not our evening lullaby, we just did that, goodness. Vishamru is a reminder of the gift of Shabbat. The word Vishamru comes from the word shomer, which means to guard, to be an observer of Shabbat. And in the middle of the song, which is actually taken directly from Torah, it says L'dorotam, for all generations. And then at the end, Vayinafash, that we should be rested and renewed. So my prayer for all of us is that under these beautiful skies, even with a little bit of traffic, which is more than I expected, that we find time in this observation of Shabbat for all generations to be renewed.
Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai, et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Veshamru בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת בי נפש, שבת בי נפש, שבת בי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We turn now to the tefillah or the Amidah. Excuse me. It is found on page 46, beginning on page 46, and then it will continue page 48, page 50, page 52. We chant the Amidah straight through. It is first with our with our intention, and then the first prayer is reminding us of the greatness of our ancestors, who upon whose shoulders we stand, the greatness of God and the sanctity of this day. Please rise in body or in spirit.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot ve'imahot, Umevi Gulag Livnei v'neihem, Leman Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor leolam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah Rav lehoshia. Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech meimit umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kedoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. One of the most beautiful customs that we created during our time of being completely online was to take a moment to share moments of gratitude and thankfulness in our chat. And I hope that if you are online at this time, that you will use the chat to share what you are grateful for, what gives you blessing and joy during this week. And one of the things that's a little bit of a challenge in person is to recreate that ritual. Our rabbis in every service, every moment of our day, teach that we should say 100 blessings. That's a lot of blessings. And when we wake up in the morning, we should say, Modeh, for a boy, Moda ani lefanecha, how grateful I am. And throughout the day, find opportunities to give thanks. And so as we sing Shalom Rav, it will not disturb Deb or I, really Deb, she's the singer. You don't want me to sing. If you take a moment to share with the person you came with, the person next to you, most of you wearing masks, it's safe to share with them something you're grateful for, a blessing of this week. We sing Shalom Rav, page 60.
Shalom Rabba Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rabba Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom, ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam.
Just as we enjoy so many blessings and so many moments of gratitude in our lives, we also know that there are many who are ill, many who are struggling, whether it be a struggling of body, a struggling of spirit, whether they have physical illness, emotional illness, spiritual illness. And so we take a moment to offer a Misha Berach for them, can be found on page 253. As my hand passes through the congregation, over the congregation, I invite you to share aloud the names of those loved ones, and I encourage you online to share the names of those loved ones that we may lift them up together, giving them courage and strength and giving us courage and strength for their complete healing and recovery.
Michael and Susan.
William Johnson.
Mi sheberach avotenu makor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imo bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We take a few moments now for silent prayer and reflection.
Ratzon imrefi vegyol libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri vegoali Adonai tzuri vegoali May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. Yiyu leratzon Adonai tzuri vegoali Adonai tzuri vegoali
I'm not sure how many would know this, but there's a really interesting teaching that we should leave Yom Kippur services, which were just yesterday. For me, it feels like a year ago. And immediately go to construct our sukkah. That we should take our first step and put the first nail or put the first wall up of our sukkah. So why? Why should we do that? Rabbi Isaac Luria, who was actually the preeminent rabbi who created what we know of today as mystical Judaism, instructed that this is because joy in Judaism is required. Now, what does joy and sukkah have in common? In Torah, it is the only holiday that mentions joy. All of the other holidays don't talk about joy. But when Sukkot is mentioned in the Torah, it's mentioned with the word joy. And so we should leave the seriousness of Yom Kippur, the hard times of Yom Kippur and immediately move in to joy. Move to joy. So we've done all of this work of teshuvah, all of this hard work, and we should be rewarded. So we move immediately to joy. And that is why Sukkot, the 7 days of Sukkot, 8 if you follow other practices, and then Simchat Torah are called Zman, which means time. It sounds super fancy. It just means time. Simchatenu, the season of our rejoicing. What's hard for most of us in contemporary Judaism is that we all come to temple on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And so we think Judaism is so serious and so hard. And we don't get the reward. We get the serious and not the reward. So Sukkot is this incredible reward, this joyous time. So one of the things that's so extraordinary about Sukkot is we get to juxtapose it. I lost the word. We juxtapose Yom Kippur and Sukkot. Yom Kippur is inside. Yom Kippur is in our head. Yom Kippur is in our heart. Sukkot is totally the opposite. Sukkot is with our hands. We have to build a sukkah, right? Whatever Yom Kippur is the opposite, because Sukkot is also Chag HaAsif. It's the festival of ingathering. It's a very fancy word for saying we're oh my gosh, we're harvesting. It's a fall harvest, right? It's physical. We're remembering all of our bounty. It's everything that's opposite of Yom Kippur. So we stand up from Yom Kippur and we get busy with the year. We're 10 days into 5782 and we get busy with the year. We've done the hard emotional work. We've started the hard emotional work. Now we get busy living. We get busy with the joy and the work of living. So tonight we're going to get busy with the joy and the work of what that living can look like. Because not only do we have Sukkot, we have Simchat Torah. Simchat Torah, Simcha, joy in Torah. So once we finish Sukkot, we move on to Simchat Torah, because Torah is a never-ending cycle. So we continue outside, we continue celebrating physically with Torah, and we do that because Torah doesn't ever end. We finish Deuteronomy, we go back to Genesis. Tonight, we have Torah portion Hazinu. There's one more Torah portion, Vizot HaBracha, but we're not going to get to read it on Shabbat, on any Shabbat, because of the way the holidays fall. So tonight we read Ha'azinu. Next Shabbat we're going to read the Parsha for Sukkot, in the middle of Sukkot. And then the Shabbat we come back for, we're going to read Breshit. So we don't get to read actually Vizot HaBracha on a Shabbat. So we're going to pretend, we're going to have poetic license, and pretend it's the end of the Torah portion. Because what do we do when the Torah is ended? We say, Chazak, Chazak, V'nir Chazek. Which means every time a book of Torah ends, we say, Chazak, Chazak, V'nir Chazek. Especially at the end of Torah, we say, Chazak, Chazak, V'nir Chazek. Which means, be strong, and let us be strengthened. I thought it would be really important for Deb to teach us a song that goes with this, because when we move into the doing of the year, Sukkot, Simchat Torah, the joy, God willing, of the year, we will be strengthened. We'll be strengthened by each other. We'll be strengthened by this community, and we'll be strengthened by our rituals. So Chazak, Chazak, V'nir Chazek. May Sukkot, may Simchat Torah, may this community strengthen us. We need it. 5782. Deb.
All right. So if you are at home, you are seeing a slide with the words, or you're about to see a slide or something. It's on. That says Chazak, Chazak, Venit Chazek, and has the other words to the chorus of the song, but there aren't that many. And those of you who are here, I have faith in you that you can easily learn these extra words. So the words are be strong. Repeat after me. Be strong. Let us strengthen one another. Be strong. Let us celebrate our lives. Be strong. Let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak, venit chazek. That was pretty good. All right, so now we got to try singing it. So it's be strong, let us strengthen one another. Be strong, let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak, venit chazek, right? I'm just going to play a little bit of this just so that I have the right key. Oh, that's what I was going to guess. Okay. All right, so this is how it goes. It goes, be strong, let us strengthen one another. Now you. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Very good. I hope you're singing at home too. The next line is, be strong, let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us celebrate our lives. Good. And then the other line again. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. And then it goes, chazak, chazak. Try that. Chazak, chazak, venit chazek, venit chazek. Very good. All right, so let's try the whole chorus. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Be strong and let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak, venit chazek. Oh, very good. I think they're ready. Do you? All right. All right. So I want to hear you. And if you're at home, hopefully, I don't know, turn your phone on and record it. And if you're here, we all get to hear it. Here we go. This is a Dan Nichols song, and he's written so many good ones. This is another great one. I'm going to sing a little bit between the choruses. We have come from near and far to raise our voice in song. And the more we join in the refrain, the more we feel strong. Chazak, 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 venit chazek. There is a power in this place and time. It shapes the rest of our lives. For when we return each year, we find a truth we can't deny. Here we go. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Be strong and let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak, venit chazek. Chazak, venit chazek. As we sing, we link ourselves to those who came before. And we're one with strength, it will endure. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Be strong, let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak. One more chorus, here we go. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak. Be strong and let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak. Be strong, be strong. Chazak, chazak. Venitchazek. You did really well.
Thank you, Deb. We move into the Aleinu. It can be found on page 283 and then 287. Please rise in body or in spirit. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Our memorial meditation is not found in your prayer book. Yid Gadal v'Yid Kadash Shemei Rabbah. This is the profound praise of the living. Praise for the generous gift of life. Praise for the presence of loved ones, the bonds of friendship, the link of memory. Praise for the toil and the searching, the dedication and the vision, the ennobling aspirations. Praise for the precious moorings of faith, for courageous souls, for prophets, psalmists, and sages. Praise for those who walked before us, the sufferers in the valley of shadows, the steadfast in the furnace of hate. Yid Gadal v'Yid Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Praise for the God of our people, the source of all growth and goodness, the promise on which we build tomorrow. On this Shabbat, we remember in Shloshim those who have died most recently in our temple family: Don Barron, Alvin Al Jaffe, Edith Edie Dressel Miller, Evelyn Anita Rosenstein. And we remember the yahrzeits, the anniversaries of death that fall on this Shabbat: Morris Abrams, Myron C. Auerbach, Harry C. Byrne, Helen Einstein Bing, Philip J. Braff, Florence S. Garson, Arlene E. Gladstone, Betty J. Glazer, Joseph I. Goodman, Doris Harris, Robert M. Hollander, Abraham Lerner, Jean Levine, Ruth Hallie Lustig, Raymond Mendelson, Earl B. Rose, Bruce B. Sherman, Sylvia Simon, Arthur H. Schall, Bernard J. Starkoff, Jean K. Stewart, Mabel Wodicka, Sally Esther Zeisler. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled And together we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Bialma divra hirute v'amlich malchute, B'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mivorach leolam almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha barechu, Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Osei shalom bimromav, huya asei shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and give comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say together, Amen.
Amen.
We have a great closing song. It is a Don Olam.
It is. Do you want to do announcements first?
I should do announcements first.
Because why not?
Yeah, so our tent starts this Sunday. And if you have not signed up for classes and still would like to, you can. Lori,
What is our tent? If
Lori, do you
somebody
want to
doesn't
come
know?
do announcements? No. Okay. What?
So just in case you don't know, but our tent is our multi-generational learning program.
Yes. So if you want to sign up to come learn with us on Sunday morning, you can sign up hybrid or in person. And feel free to give me an email if you want to be present and join
what
us.
does Rabbi Shauna always say about the ages?
It is from babies to bubbies. It is
Babies to
all
bubbies.
ages. And if you want to just come and enjoy lunch with us and help us put up the sukkah on this very spot where Deb and I are standing, there will be a gorgeous, huge sukkah. But we need some help decorating, so stay after our tent around noon on Sunday and help us decorate. And Deb, you need to do the next one because you came up with the best tagline.
Oh.
The tagline that you
Oh,
did.
yeah. We would love to see you.
Yeah. It's
I
really
had to do
bad.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is for our Monday evening dinner and dessert in the sukkah that we are going to do. Dinner is BYO if you'd like to come at 6. If you would rather just join us for dessert, that's on us, and that's at 7.
Great.
So that is this Monday, like 2 days from today, 3
Correct.
days from today.
Which is why I talked about Sukkot.
Right?
Yeah.
So we would really, really love to see you.
And it's joyous, which is why there's bad jokes. And then,
Well, shofar so good.
okay, we're done with you. And yeah, boo, because we still have a closing song. And then the next Monday is Simchat Torah, and you can do a Torah hora. That's
Yeah,
what
that
you
was
did.
me too.
That was you too. Deb is the source of all bad jokes. Let's go to a closing song
Should we
before
close? Yeah, okay.
before you get too punchy. So our closing song is Adon Olam, page 322. You might want to sit down. It's kind of a longer song, and then we'll stand back up again for the benediction.
That's what you get, Brett, for cutting me loose to come up with those. All right. So we're going to do, this is the call and response Adon Olam. So if you want to sing along with the chorus, you don't need your book at all. Did you tell him a page? I wasn't listening. I was too busy making jokes. All right. Here we go. Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
Temple-Kol,
Temple-Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, Bechepzo Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon. I think the dancers should come up here.
I
Ve'acharei,
need to take a picture.
Kiklot Hakol, Levado Yimloch Nora Adon Olam, Vehu Haya, Vehu Hoveh, Vehu Hieh Betifara Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
B'Terem-Kol,
Temple-Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, Bechepzo Kol, Azai melech shemo nikra Adon olam. Vehu echad, ve'ein sheni. Lahamshilo lahachbira Adon olam. Beli reshit, beli tachlit. Velo ha'oz v'ha'misra Adon olam, Adon olam, Adon olam. Asher malach, B'terem kol, Yitzir nivra, Le'et nasa, B'chefzo kol. Azai melech shemo nikra Adon olam. Vehu Eli, v'chai goali. V'tzur chevli be'et tzara Adon olam. Vehu nisi umanosli. Menat kosi beyom ekra Adon olam, Adon olam, Adon olam. Asher malach, B'terem kol, Yitzir nivra, Le'et nasa, B'chefzo kol. Azai melech shemo nikra Adon olam. Beyado afkid ruchi, Be'et dishan ve'ayira Adon olam. Ve'im ruchi geviyati, Adonai li velo ira Adon olam, Adon olam, Adon olam. Asher malach, B'terem kol, Yitzir nivra, Le'et nasa, hurry up, B'chefzo kol. Azai melech shemo nikra Adon olam. All right, thank you. And the dancers were Karen Schneiderman and, oh, she doesn't want her name mentioned. Well, it's just, it's
Okay.
one of the Susans. We'll leave it at that.
All right.
Okay.
I think they're punchy from
I think it's catching.
COVID and online
She's
worship
got coffee too.
and coffee,
Yeah.
and we're punchy from Yom Kippur.
Okay.
So we should now rise for our benediction, and we will once again become serious.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May the light of God's presence shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom ve'yasem lecha shalom.
May God lift up each and every one of us, and may God bring us peace and wholeness. Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Amen. Should we do a motzi?
We should do
before
a quick motzi,
Okay,
and
let's
there's
do it.
challah. Oh, right in front of Brett.
Yes, this is our goneg, and no, I did not make that up. Challah on the go. Here we go.
Challah on the go.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'teavon. Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.